And I think this is a nice segue into it all and how it wants to organically evolve, now is that I am really looking forward to, and I know that we've had a lot of real and raw conversations about just the healing tree in general and what we desire for it. And, trusting that the core of what we believe in and what it stands for, is always going to be there. And so, things might shift or evolve in this year. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Right. And we are open to it all. And with that said, I'm so excited to be going into this year with you, because I know that because we're going to do some really incredible things. And I'm excited also to see your journey. And as we shared, that didn't get recorded, is that you're...
I'm excited. Yeah, go ahead. Finish.
Just this really... Yay! Yay!
Yeah. Let's get it out. More excited.
This authentic way of doing business and the humanness with it all, and just how you evolve and how you grow, and then how we grow together and how we're supporting each other. Go ahead. Take it.
and the impact that you're gonna make in the real estate industry, right?
Thanks,
we talked about real estate industry is very much like hustle culture, very much like sales driven, next deal, close the next deal, on to the next one, right? And to be moving literally pioneering the real estate industry with this whole different approach of being what is it like?
Slower, softer. We're taking more time to talk, to strategize, and we're building out a plan before we make any move whatsoever. And then I'm also integrating nervous system support as well, because that's very important to me. Because wellness, when I feel good, I'm going to produce better to everything that I do. And I know that it's going to be the same thing for the people and their families. It's just going to be a ripple effect.
Not only that, okay, so also that's
and inviting them into a community.
That's one part of your business, right? Like the people that you serve, but then also too, as you build a team, as you start building a team, think about now the place that you are creating from, right? Like it's heal, create, inspire, right? Like it's you went through this process, and then if you don't mind sharing, just kind of the journey that led you to this point, right? Like the healing journey or the healing process, going through all that, and then now being in this new place to then create your business from a whole new place, right? From a place of now being in touch with you, connected to yourself, to your heart, and what actually matters, what's authentic to you. You get this whole new opportunity now, even though it all came crashing down, right? All of it had to come crashing down in order for you to now continue on with this whole new lens, a whole new place.
This rebuilding.
Okay.
Or remembering. If you don't mind, sharing with us your journey.
For sure, guys. Absolutely. So for those of you guys who don't know, I'm Lauren Castillo. I'm the founder of Tiger's Eye Estates at Real Broker. I've been in real estate for 8 years, going on 9 in June. When I first started real estate, I was very much running from a place of ego, and it was all, I was tying my performance with real estate to my identity, and it was just all about performance and my perception of other people and wanting to prove my family wrong and make a name for myself, just all of those things.
All the things that are outside of you.
Exactly. Yeah.
and expected
nothing
of
inside.
You.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I was giving a lot of my energy just out for many, many years. And I did a lot of really cool things. I'm very proud of my accomplishments, but well, I guess to go into that. So I owned multiple properties by the time I was 30. I created a rental portfolio. I had 5 homes at one point. I purchased a home for my mom.
Oh my gosh.
So I've done
that's huge. Those are a lot of big things to be proud of.
Big things.
For sure. Those are absolutely not things to
not just brush it over.
Brush it off.
Yeah.
Big
it's
things.
Huge. Yeah. I've also trained multiple agents from the ground up that ended up becoming producing agents. I built systems. I've had full-time employees. I've also had virtual assistants. I've done I've done a whole thing. Yeah. Back in the day, I used to label myself as the wealth designer realtor because I was very focused on creating investment properties for myself, and I really wanted to teach that to other people. And I still absolutely can, but now what I see, it's more I'm more of a lifestyle realtor because it really just depends on like the life that you want to live. Not everyone wants to build a rental portfolio how I do. And the reason that I want to is I'm self-employed. That's my retirement plan. That's why. But for other people, most just want to be happy in the home that they live. And there's no right or wrong answer. It's truly what is best for you, for your family, and what you want to do. And I can help you get there. Anyways, so been in business a long time. Heart dog passed away. And at that moment, that's when I realized how deeply sad and disconnected I was from myself. It was a really difficult time period because on the outside, again, it was all about the image. I had the house, I had the rental portfolio, I had the marriage, I had, the money, the career. I had all of the things. But when she passed away, it really made me look within of how empty and hollow I felt and that I had no more energy to give, no more. So then within 3 weeks, that's when I used to numb myself with alcohol. And that is how hard I was pushing myself is I would literally have to check out using alcohol to continue showing up and to continue moving forward. I was not taking care of myself. I didn't have a support system or friends. I wasn't doing anything for myself to create joy. All of those things. There was no work-life balance. Real estate agent. I know. Yeah. Oh my gosh, how annoying. Yeah, I know. Yeah. And I would only talk about real estate. Like, oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, we were saying that you're at Target.
I
or
was,
one of your clients, right?
Yeah, I was the person. I would talk to literally every single person that would listen to me about real estate. And I met a client at Target and I worked with her years later. But,
I mean, technically you were like excelling in what was being asked of you as a real estate agent.
Very much like force driven though. Yeah.
Yes,
Like
yes.
you're forcing,
I was pushing everything out. I wasn't letting everything come in. Yeah. I was not delegating. That's another thing. I was not delegating as much as I should have been. So lesson learned. Yeah. Anyways, back to the story. So became sober. And then my other dog passed away. So this is within a 3-month time frame of all of these things. So very short time frame. A lot happened. And then that's when I publicly stepped away from real estate. Damn. I didn't think that I was going to come back, to be honest. Yeah, I still have the video up. Yeah. And I was crying and I was just thanking my clients and just saying like, oh my gosh, it's so cool. All the things that we did together. Thank you. But I'm so glad that I paused. And now I see that I wasn't running away. I was literally just taking the time that I needed to heal, to literally heal, find myself again, regroup, and I could show up as this person now. Who's actually alive.
Yeah. and thriving.
And thriving.
Yes.
And thriving.
Yeah.
And actually wants to create. Yeah. It's from a place of want.
And also too okay, so no, I think that's the difference, right? Like I always try to like distinguish like this new way of doing business, right? Because I went through a similar thing too of like forcing and like always feeling like I have to go and like kind of more scarcity mindset. It's like forcing versus attracting, right? Like being the person that you want to be, or being the type of, or being the type of business that you want to be, and then attracting those people to come your way, right? Like not necessarily like you having to chase people and do every, take on any client that comes your way, like knowing boundaries, knowing which ones to work with and which ones to not.
Oh, that's
right?
a big one, the boundaries. Yeah.
Because when it's like you take on this client, and if you want to put it in whatever perspective you want, I'll just say universe, right? Like then you're telling the universe, like, yes, give me more of these types of clients that don't respect my boundaries, that don't respect me, or don't want to do business the way that I want to do business. Keep giving me more of those. I'll take them. Come. But when you start saying, anything. I'll take anything, right? Like that's what you put out there. That's the energy that you put out there. And then when you're able to know what you want and when you don't want, stand by them, then that, you tell the universe, no, I don't want that. Yes, give me more of this.
100%.
As hard as that can be sometimes, right? You want to take the deal because maybe it's, I need it. I'll need the deal. I'll tell you
guys, it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Yeah.
Well, because you are basically neglecting your own self and your own values and what feels truly
aligned.
Why do I keep saying that word?
Everybody's like aligned. It's because
I do say that a lot too.
It's just a very common word that people are using.
I think it's nicer than saying like it's just not working out. Like the vibe is just off. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just it makes it sounds better.
It's just a very common word. That's being
and I'm getting annoyed with myself. But anyway, no, I was just gonna say that this all speaks so much to they say like, oh, you want to go through a deep healing journey, like start a business, like because when you don't know yourself, then you don't know what clients you want or don't want, right? You're going to take whatever, or you might be in that scarcity mindset, all this stuff. But when you do know, and I love that you said like this pause, because it just helped me reflect too in a lot of things that we've gone through. Like the rupture, like the, oh my gosh, I'm dead. Everything's the tower card, everything's falling apart, and then it forces you to pause. Really, I don't want to say that, but it invites you to pause. No, it forces you sometimes.
It's like, okay, Lauren, you don't want to learn your lesson. I'm going to force, this lesson, or I guess, is that what you're saying?
Yes, right? Kind of. But like what happens is, this pause is doing so much for you, at the time, like we were saying, at the time you're like, oh, this is awful. Like, why am I here? What is happening? And all this stuff.
My life is all falling apart.
Yeah. But this pause, I just love that you said that, because I'm just seeing it so clearly in my mind. It invites you to look inward more, which is what you were saying. And ask you these questions that had there not been a pause, you could not have asked yourself those questions. You could not have said, oh, let me look back and see this did not work the way I wanted. Actually, I don't want this anymore. And then you get to look now forward and get to rebuild. And like, I like to always say like every day is a second chance for me, because sometimes it feels like that. But it gives you this second chance. And I keep telling Angel that right now, that in this season, this place that we are right now, I'm like, I feel like it's a second chance. We get to say, what do we want? How do we want to change things? And I think, in business, you kind of have to like pivot a bunch of times, right? But this pause allows you to go inward so that you can't, when you lost your dog, there was so much pain and suffering, I'm sure. And also there was this huge mirror that reflected back to you things that you may not have seen had that not happened. Mm-hmm. And then you get to say like, you get to see it, you get to meet it, and then you get to let it teach you and guide you to what you do want, right? So all that to say is this pause is so good for us. And if we don't let it in, and if we're like, I'm just going to get right back up and I'm going to force it again. And we don't get to say, wait, I actually want to make changes to this, because how I was living was not in integrity. It was not really fulfilling me and what I believe in. Mm-hmm. And so what choices can I make so that I can make these shifts? And I feel like we've had to do it many times in our marriage and the healing tree, like we need these pauses, even though it feels like it's going to break us down,
I think what you're referring to pauses is like when things come crashing down, right? Like when like a tragedy or something like devastating happens in your life, right? Because I think a lot of times we, shifting your perspective or your perception on like when things happen, like when shit happens or something really bad happens in your life, like although yes, like we don't want these bad things to happen or whatever it is, being grateful for them, although again, in the moment it's hard, but like when you get to reflect back and when those, you know, you look back at those things, like being able to be in a place of gratitude that whatever bad thing happened really put you or give you the opportunity to pause and then create now a whole new version of yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like,
so
I think things like that are really hard to talk about, I guess, and to accept, right? Because of course, like I always talk about like my mom, right? Like when my mom passed away, yeah, I would absolutely, it's hard to say that I'm really grateful that that happened, because my whole life would have never been where I'm at right now had that not happened.
I understand.
You get what I'm saying?
I
Like,
100% do.
those are hard things to say, right?
Without Ruby passing and me having to face how alone I was, truly alone. Without that, I wouldn't have stopped. Like without, I would have just kept going. And what I mean by that, guys, is I had zero boundaries. And that is a big thing of what I have rebuilt on my business now, like boundaries, with myself, but also with my clients, and just laying out like, this is how I operate. This is how we do business, blah, blah, blah. Where I'm going with this is that I didn't have boundaries before, and I was overworking myself. And this is why I created burnout, because I was literally available 7 days a week. And I was so proud of that. I was like, I wore it like a badge of honor. Like, I'm always available. Give me a call. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Like, I'm freaking getting it done. Like, and you're just not, you're not getting it done for yourself.
No, it's like 6:30 in the morning. I haven't even put on my contacts. Maybe I have just my glasses on, and I'm like texting a client back, just waking up, haven't even feet haven't even touched the ground.
Your nervous system is probably like,
exactly, yeah. Or it's like 10:30 at night, and I'm writing a contract. Like, what the heck are you doing, girl? Like, where is that work-life balance? I was not creating any space for myself to have any sort of joy in life and fulfillment. And like, yes, again, successful on the outside, but on the inside, I was so deeply sad. And just powering through. So I believe that happened all for a reason, because without it, I would have continued to go. And it forced me to stop. It forced me to rest. It forced me to take a break. And the funny thing is, guys, had I actually been, so the way I operate my business now is I take Wednesdays off and Sundays off. My business hours are 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. My clients know that they can reach out to me at any time, but if it's out of those hours, I'll just get back to them the next day. Cool. Everyone's good with it. But had I done this in the past from the very beginning, I wouldn't have had to take as much time off that I did anyways. I probably took more time off had I just did it consistently, routinely from the very beginning.
Like the
of just, exactly.
Yeah, like, just like maintaining.
Of course you deserve a day off, girl. Of course. Yeah.
See, but everything happens for a reason, right?
Yeah.
All like the sequence of events had to happen in order for you to now be where you are now.
Yeah.
I think that's beautiful. Like,
it is.
Because it's like, it's both like the bad, sad things that happen, that have to happen in order for us to like grow.
Yes.
It's
right?
true.
Yes.
Like, we have to go through hard things in order for us to grow. Otherwise, we're just human beings. Like, human beings are just, they'll just be comfortable because that's what we're designed to do or to be. Like, we're designed to just be comfortable and protect ourselves from doing what's hard or doing the things that scare us or do those things. But although our soul wants to do be where you see yourself, your human side is just going to be comfortable, and your soul still wants to like be however you see yourself. And life, we live in these constructs of life. Events will happen in order for your soul, because it's trying to honor what your soul wants, and so hard things have to happen.
Well, and I wouldn't say we are designed that way. It's just that through our upbringing,
our brain will protect us.
Yes.
Like,
because
that's scary. No, stay comfortable.
Right. But I don't want to go too much into this hole, but had you been set up and like your upbringing might have been different.
That could be too.
The stories, the thoughts, the culture, the upbringing, the trauma, the experiences, all of that have molded us into who we are. And so until we pause.
But even that had to happen the way it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's fine.
Also
that's fine.
for us to have our own superpowers as well.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's huge, right?
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
I mean, I feel like those superpowers are already kind of given to you. You could believe either way. And yes, like our soul is just trying to get to those things.
And the more pauses that we have, and hopefully it's not those like breaking down moments, when we intentionally
when it gets
create
to that point, you've been putting it off too long.
Yes.
You're not listening. You're not listening. You're not.
And then after that, what I've learned, no, I know.
You're not listening. Yeah.
Us too. But after that, like, how do you then create the time to make pauses, to reflect, to ask yourself, to slow down, right? Like all these things that we don't need. This is one thing that I keep telling myself. I don't need my world to keep crushing down anymore.
Yeah.
No, thank you. I have learned a lot.
Yeah.
We have been so much. And I'm like, thank you.
Thank you for
those
the lessons.
massive lessons that literally punched me across the face many times and literally broke me down till I was like literally bare bones on the ground, nothing left, right? Like that. Thank you. And now I'm like, I don't need those anymore. I mean, not saying that like I'm guaranteed that's not going to happen again. I have built up the resiliency so that now I can, hold
just
those better, right?
Better.
However, I'm like, I got it. And also now I'm like, I'm going to create these pauses. I'm going to ask myself, where am I? What do I need? And honor that, like stay true to that and create those pauses, because if not, no matter what, we just keep going like little robots
cycle.
over and over again. Yeah. And speaking of, well, I know we had said this earlier, but having the time to process, to be with yourself, to slow down, which is really ultimately is what we're all why we have all been brought together right now.
Yeah, exactly.
That is why we're here in this space together.
Yes.
That's the merging point. Yeah, that's the thread that keeps us together, because we're flying next to each other. Remember, we're flying
on the motherships.
On the motherships, we're flying next to each other on our own mothership, but we're tied together by this, this thread.
I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yeah, we're flying like this.
Yes, I guess you must.
And then we're tied together by this thread of, again, like wellness, however you want to, community, however you want to label it. Like it's that honoring ourselves, being connected to self, and then connected to self, and then connected to each other.
And it's part of our story, like so many people think that they're going through their own ruptures alone, and then they just are, whether maybe they don't have the tools or the support system, so then they get right back on. It's like this treadmill and you're just like going back on it, but we've all gone through it. We continue to go through it, and we don't have to do it alone. Like imagine if we all knew more of what we've gone through, and like that fuel and that confidence that would like be gifted to us, because we're like, wow, well, she went through that and she's going through that and she overcame that, and it's like, okay, let's do this. This is what we gotta do,
And you can do it too. Like anybody else is capable of doing it too. Like it's not like anybody is special or whatever. Like everyone is capable of doing it. It's like this getting past those fears, I guess, or So can you or go ahead. Go ahead.
So when I came back, I mean, I still carried over all of my knowledge, all of the strategy, all of that, but also I wanted my business to be more heart-led and more community-focused, which is why I met with you guys and I wanted to connect with you guys. And what I love about the way that my business is now going, Tiger's Eye Estates is now going, is I want my people to join the community and just experience it, because I come to these events weekly. And I get so much out of it when we're in a sharing circle. This is how it goes, guys. That's how it goes. Yeah. So when we're in a sharing circle at the very beginning, we're going to go around and we're going to say what's going on. Maybe it's a word, maybe it's a whole phrase, whatever. Yeah, exactly. Whatever it is that you're feeling. But the beauty of it and what I love from it is I'm being witnessed, and I'm also now going to be holding myself more accountable, because I'm speaking life. I'm saying these things out loud. I'm putting it out there. So yeah, it's deeply, deeply helped me. Sometimes I cry And that's okay, because the next day I just get back up and I'm like, okay, let's freaking go. I can do this. Yeah. And that is the beauty of it. And also, I know that I am not alone, because also within those sharing circles, a lot of times there are other people that are also going through the same thing too. And it's like, okay, I see you. I've got this. You've got this. We can do this. Yeah.
I think that's so powerful.
Yeah.
So powerful. I love it.
But it's beyond real estate. It's community. I don't want it to end at the transaction. I want us to continue growing and being together, even if it's like once a month, maybe once a quarter. Heck, it's better than once a year. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I want to stay connected.
Yeah.
It's not just about the money. And that's what I'm really trying to hit home with. It's not about that. Yeah.
The connection.
It's about impact.
That's what we were saying earlier too, is like one thing that, it's really cool and unique about you is that as a real estate agent is that like, okay, so it's not just like part of the strategy, right? Like this is something that you actually embody, something that you actually believe in, something that you're actually like also participating in yourself.
Practicing
and you're not just like,
preach.
I think again, that's
leading by example.
Leading
I'm
by
so
example.
big on that.
Yeah, like that's what I feel like. And I can absolutely say this. All right, I've worked with real estate agents for a long time, and I worked with a lot of them. All right, so I have every right to say whatever.
What
I
is
want
your
to
background, so people know?
So that background is in marketing, and what I did was a lot of Facebook advertising, content management, social media management for real estate agents. So I really had to learn the business. I really had to learn the individual agent. I really had to learn all the different things of what builds a real estate business, because I played a huge part in that, which is the marketing side of things. So yes. And I did that for 8 years. And so that's always like the thing, right? Like real estate agents always looking for the next strategy to put into their business so that they can either continue nurturing, their already sphere of influence, or to generate new business, right? And this wasn't something that like, oh, I'm just going to add this into my business because this is part of the strategy. Like I actually believe in this. I don't know if we said that on here, but that's what I love, that you, it's such an honor that like you decided to completely go all in. Like you went all in to the point of like,
thanks, guys.
Implementing this into your business and actually living it. Actually living the what you stand by or what you believe in, what you preach.
And
so
that was
that's
powerful
huge
for us to witness. Like I had said, I touched on that a little bit, but to see someone truly like, again, stick to their word, say like this means something, and I'm gonna be a part of it, like for real. Like for us, it was kind of like this moment of like, oh, like you stand stronger together. Like we know that, right? And so that's what it felt like locking those arms and being like, oh my gosh, somebody else is as much on this mission as us as we are. And then to be like, oh my gosh, and she's here, she's doing the work, she sees it, she believes in it, she's like,
she's spreading it, she's sharing with her clients.
Like she's a unicorn.
I think the big thing is that I know what it's like to be alone. I've been alone most of my life. I basically raised myself, and I don't want other people to feel alone, because you don't have to. And because I was alone for so long and I didn't have guidance. So I think that that's why it plays such a big part in my life and world now, and how, it's kind of cool. Your past molds you into who you are. And now I very much do feel like I am the woman that little Lauren would be so proud of and would look up to. Yeah. Like I'm that person. Yeah. And that's great. Yeah.
And literally what you said right now, you're like, you didn't have someone to guide you. And here you are literally like sticking your hand out and saying, I got you, girl.
You're pioneering the way.
Like I'm going to guide you. I'm going to hold you. Like you are able to give from
protect
that, because
them as well. That's very big.
Yes. In your own journey, in the work that you've done, and you value it, because you know what it's like to not have it. And you're like, I'm going to make sure that everyone does have that and they're guided. And I'm going to walk you through this whole entire crazy buying or selling process, and you're not going to feel alone. You're going to feel fully supported in all the ways, not just in the choices, in the decisions, in the education, but with like, how are you doing? How are you feeling in the humanness?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's a big thing, you know, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a big it's a big step for whether you're buying or selling. It's a big step in people's lives, and it's not just something that you're just like robotically going through. You know, there's a whole human side to that transaction and that part of the journey.
Yeah. I mean, with real estate, we're touching finances, stability, family. Whew. I mean, so much.
Touching all of it.
Yeah. We're touching very, very big, raw things. And I know we're talking about buying and selling a home, but what it truly is it's a life transition. That's literally what it is.
Yes.
It's a life transition. It is a very, very big deal. It is very, very emotional. And I do want my people to feel supported and protected and educated and safe. And as stress-free as possible. I mean, there's definitely going to be stress. You're buying and selling a house, but I do want it to be as simple and easy as possible because, well, they deserve it. Yeah. That's it. And that's just it.
Not only that, like you said, a huge life transition, a whole body experience. It is like, it really is. It shakes you at your core when you have to make these huge decisions. And so things are going to come up, your triggers, your trauma, your fears, you know, your whole body is like on alert because you're about to do something that you're not really sure about and you're scared, you know? And then when somebody literally has their hand out and they're guiding you and seeing you as a whole person, walking you through, oh my gosh, that changes everything. And so to have you do that for families, for individuals, and to teach them a new way of making this huge life transition in a way that feels safe. My gosh.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, yeah. Forward.
Moving forward.
Moving forward. What does it look like for Lauren in Tiger's Estates?
So the future, not necessarily how I do business now, but like moving forward as far as like the vision and the goals and the plans and like what I want to do.
It can be both.
I mean, business and personal go hand in hand and how you...
Yeah. So I'm very proud of the way that I approach my clients now. It's much slower. It's much more intentional. It's much more focused on what their specific goal is and just hearing them out. So I really take my time with that, especially that first initial call is like figuring out who they are, what they want to do, and just where they're at. And then we figure out a plan. Sometimes it can take months and months. Sometimes it can take a year or longer, and that's totally okay. But I do like that I'm slower and I'm taking it at the pace that everyone else needs to be. It's so much more gentle. It's so much more soft. And then when we're ready to go, because we've already laid out, okay, here. So I'm just going to, instead of just being general, I'll be more specific.
Yeah, please.
Okay. So for example, so I had some clients and they wanted to sell their house and then buy a new construction home. So I went in, I went to the house and we created a list of all of the repairs and upgrades that would be beneficial for them before listing and marketing the house. So I already did that. And then I went and I coordinated with a couple of different handymen. I got some bids and then coordinated them to come in and fix everything. So they did that. At the same time, in the background, we got a HELOC pulled out so that they had funds just ready to go. Because with new construction right now, earnest money deposit's about $10,000 to $15,000, so it's pretty substantial. So they would just have that ready to go, but also to pay for the repairs and whatever else that they needed to do. I'm not part of the lending side, but I just helped them get connected with a lender and told them about the strategy of the HELOC. That's me. Yeah,
yes,
like we could do all of this, and this is how we're going to get there. So that's me. That's my plan. So then they got set up with their HELOC ready to go. So now we started to do the marketing. Got the professional pictures, listed it on the market. It was only on the market for, I think, like 2 days. It was only one showing, which is super cool, especially in this market.
Wow.
That's not something that usually happens. But my point is that it went under contract very fast because of all the preparation we did beforehand. And that was months of preparation beforehand. So we went under contract way sooner than expected because we expected within their comps, the timeline was going to be about 60 to 80 days was going to be that time frame. So we weren't expecting to go under contract that very first weekend. But luckily, not luckily, what we had already done because of all the preparation beforehand is I had already taken them out to look at new construction before they were even ready. So we had already narrowed down builders. So we had looked at 9 total, multiple layouts. And then we selected the 3 builders that were their top favorite when we actually did go under contract. So we had already narrowed it down at that point. So then they could make a decision even quicker because of that. Had we not done that, all that preparation beforehand, we would have been scrambling and they probably wouldn't have selected the house that they did. And it was actually the last layout that we looked at too, out of all of them. Yeah. And then it all worked out. I think we closed within like 2.5, 3 weeks on the new construction. Closed on both homes same day, so they didn't have to do a double move. It was great. So that's the strategy and like the planning and the prepping and all of that, all the conversations. So much more, of course, happened in that. But yeah.
But that it's not like journey. Just this like boom, boom, we're done. But like, the planning. Yeah, the planning to set them up for success. But also, like you said, you avoided the scrambling, which I feel like that would have been like a...
That's the part where, again, makes people feel uneasy or makes people feel stressed or makes people feel, or anxiety of how it's going to get done or whatever. Like giving people a place or offering people that opportunity to like know that they are being taken care of and guided so that, keep it as stress-free or anxiety-free as possible.
And we started narrowing down builders before we even listed their house on the market. So this is like months and months of preparation. And I mean, it just makes sense to me to do it that way because it's less stressful. It's better. It's just better. Yeah. And I think that my clients also appreciated being able to see what their options are before actually moving forward with everything. You know what I mean? It's more stressful when you already have your house like on the market and then now you're just starting to look at everything because you're going to feel more pressure of that timeline.
Damn.
Yeah. You're creating safety for them.
Yeah. I think that's what a big thing is. It's like, how do you create safety?
Huge. Yeah. In like a business transactional world, you're creating safety, like giving options, planning, giving that time and space, just all of that so that people can feel really calm in their bodies.
Yeah. And what other ways do you create calm for your clients?
Yeah. So other ways that I create calm is, of course, they can reach out to me and have any conversation that they need to have with me, whether it's big or small. I want to be part of the conversation. I want us to always be grounded and connected to each other. And this is going to be a 3 to 6 month process. Like we go through so much within that time frame. We really do get to know each other. So when it's over, I don't want it to just end. I want them to be invited into my community.
What does that look like?
Yeah. So I do have other random events that I would love for, my people to come to. But more specifically, I do come to here, the Healing Tree. I do come here weekly, at least once a week, sometimes multiple times a week. But I have just received and gotten so much from just being here. And what I mean by that is I just feel more powerful leaving. Like, okay, I can show up and I can keep doing this and I can keep creating. Because the world and life just really knocks you down sometimes. But coming here has really helped me. So I also want to invite my clients to also come here. So I do give my clients, classes if they want to come. Yeah, absolutely. I hope they do.
And also, I mean, how incredible the event that we did here together was.
That was so fun.
Like, that was so
the
cool.
Thanksgiving one was so fun.
Just being able to see that, again, something...
Food and sound bath.
Like something that I've never seen before, right? I mean, obviously, I was never in that world either, but like, I've never seen this on behalf of a real estate agent to like do something like this for their clients, right? Like, I feel like that's the ultimate gift, right? Like, it's not something... I definitely have seen a lot of real estate agents, again, because it's part of their strategy to like, throw an event or like whatever, whatever the event is, but throw an event so that they can bring their clients together. I've seen that, but this is like, you are like giving them an opportunity to pour into themselves, right?
Yes.
So like life, human transformation potentially, right?
Yeah.
Or even just again like
and
that
connect.
to connect, right? Like the opportunity to connect with themselves, that opportunity to like pour into themselves, which is again something that I feel like is very, very needed in today's world, right? And so I think that that's so cool and unique.
It's awesome.
Again, not biased at all, like because the healing tree, that is something just so cool that you are implementing into your business, and we will continue to do more events and more client events like that where they get the opportunity to pour into themselves.
And I am really excited to be with you, walking alongside you in 2026. I feel like it feels really good and exciting.
Changing the real estate industry.
And exciting. And exciting. Yeah.
With that event, I love that at the end. So yes, we did do the sound bath and food, but afterwards people stayed and hung out. And that was
that's like
beautiful
intimate
to me.
connection, right?
Yes,
like the bonding.
Yes. Because in the past, what I've done annually is have a movie event where I would rent out a movie theater.
Yeah.
Typical.
I've seen that.
Yeah,
We've
I know,
done
very
that.
typical.
We've done that.
Yeah. But the thing with that is it's pretty much just like, hey, Susan, good to see you. We're over there. Bye.
Yeah.
It's just pretty much that. What we did here,
Thank
there
you for
was
the
so
movie,
much
Lauren.
more. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. But here, there was just so much more connection. It was just so much more beautiful. That is where I'm going to be leading my business more towards actual connection, actual conversations, people being belly to belly, not. Yeah, I don't want it to be superficial. I want it to actually feel like there's soul and life.
That we're all here together.
And doing it all together. Well, thank you so much, Lauren. We are super excited to have you. We're here on this podcast. We're super excited to have you work alongside us as a partner. We're super excited how this will continue to play out in your business.
And as a friend.
Yes. And to continue to build that relationship as a friend.
Yes. Love you guys.
Yes,
absolutely.
absolutely. So much love for you. And we're, again, excited to see how it all continues to grow and how we continue to spread love into the world together. Because we cannot do it alone together. We need other powerful people just like yourself to keep spreading love.
I feel like we need to end it with like a heal, create, inspire. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Heal, create, inspire.
Thanks, guys.